Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Sim UK. I'm going to tell you about a game today which I really quite enjoy. It's called Phantom Squad. It's a top-down tactical shooter game, very similar, if you will, to Door Kickers 2, but far less tactical, good English when I'm Mike, far less tactical, but more hands-on in terms of combat. You're actually controlling a character, reloading, shooting the gun and stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure you can do that in Door Kickers 2, but in this game, that's the starting point, and the tactical side of it is a little bit less involved and a little bit less sort of open. I'll discuss that more in a little bit. So fundamentally, you're a police sniper and you get fired for taking a kill shot that arguably you shouldn't have taken. Then you're approached by and join a secret high-impact combat group who take on missions that nobody else will. You get to work through, I think, about 20 missions of increasing difficulty, and they get difficult really quickly. And you can expect to find traps, armoured enemies, and just some crazy enemies who will just rush you and try and cut you up with machetes and all sorts of things. Each mission has multiple playstyles to test your skills. So I think there's bomb disarmament and hostage retrieval and things like that. So each level can be played multiple times out in different ways. The battles are totally unexpected and they're really intense. Sometimes they're quite funny because they catch you off guard, and yeah, it made me giggle anyway. Co-op is definitely the best way to play. I think you can have up to 4 players in co-op and it works brilliantly, but the game is quite challenging, so not playing in co-op I think is a real struggle because there's no AI. The battles can be really quite fierce. They can make you wince and ooh, ah, that kind of thing. It's good. There's lots of equipment to choose from. It's a decent price. Let me just check on Steam real quickly. At the moment, it's £11.99, and you get quite a lot of game for that money. I'm quite impressed with it. There's a decent amount of missions. Hopefully more will come. The gunplay is accurate. Co-op is stable, and to be honest, it really is the best way to play. Your co-op teammates can take damage from your bullets and you theirs, except for the throwing knives, which for some reason don't seem to hurt us. Excellent performance. I think this will run on most systems, to be quite honest with you. Decent design in terms of maps and combat situations, and then obviously you've got certain tools that allow you to look under doors with cameras or unlock locked doors. And once again, the more players you have, the more different equipment you can have on hand during a combat situation. Overall, it's fun to play. The audio is decent, especially the guns and the explosions and stuff. It's a really good, fun game. Top-down shooters are difficult to play with a controller. This one's no exception. I did try. I think you could possibly get used to the way it works, but the best way to play this, absolutely without a question of a doubt, is with keyboard and mouse. And top-down shooters are not for everybody. My friend Ron had a little play with this in co-op and he didn't like it at all. He can't get to grips with top-down shooters. Some people just don't click with them. That's absolutely fine. But I really found it to be a decent shooter, and but for the UI occasionally getting in the way, I found it to be pretty seamless, and some really quite interesting environments to play through as well. Obviously there are some downsides, some negatives that I need to mention. The missions are almost identical every single time. What I mean by that is the enemy positions are always identical. I would much prefer it to be dynamic. I would like the enemies to be completely in different places and the hostages to be in completely different places, because that just keeps the game fresh and interesting, and every time you play it, it's totally different. I may have mentioned already, there are no AI teammates, so if you're playing this in solo, I think you're going to really struggle. I'll give you my recommendations in a minute, but the enemy AI do get stuck on doors or behave strangely. Sometimes you open a door and they get stuck behind it, which it does occasionally lead to some quite funny situations when you've checked the room, you know there's 2 guys in there, you burst in, shoot one of them, and you're like, where's the other guy? He's totally not there. What would be great is if the enemy AIs could shut the door and surprise you. because they are literally hiding behind the door, but they don't. So maybe there's a bit of work there for the developers to do to make that even better. There's no save points. Arguably, it's not really necessary. I speak English sometimes. It's not really necessary because it's supposed to be a tactical implementation. It's weird. There is a tactical element to this game, but it's kind of clunky and awkward, and yet they encourage you to be as quick as you can. So it's kind of a little bit mixed messages in that sense. I think the whole tactical element of the game could be enhanced significantly. What I'd like to see personally, my recommendations now, AI teammates with a Door Kickers 2 style tactical capability, so you can tell your team where to go, where to be, how to move, when to stand, and do that in systematic progress and be one of the characters as well. Now, I know that's kind of going against what the game's real purpose is, but I just feel, because it's so challenging a game, that that's the only sensible way forward. But I don't know. I think, arguably, if you played the game enough, you could get skilled enough to, take out 6 or 7 people without really blinking an eye. But, yeah, it'd be a challenge. I tell you, it really would be a challenge. I'd like them to beef up the tactical side of things, as I mentioned, with the AI, but even without the AI, as teammates, I think more could be done with the tactical side of things. I think it's just not as good as it could be. I'd like to see more missions added. I'd like to see the enemy location and hostage locations randomized every time you reloaded the game. And it would be nice, I think, to be able to set our own traps and lure the enemy in. That would at least assist us a little bit playing solo. So yeah, I mean, okay, final thoughts. I really enjoy playing this game. It could be more tactical in my humble opinion, but then the battles that you have can be really intense and really rewarding. So whilst I think playing solo would be extremely challenging, I think there's an area there in the solo gameplay where things could definitely be improved and enhanced, but definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, this is a game that's better to play in co-op mode with a couple of friends. More the merrier, I would say. But yeah, overall, really good game. Very Door Kickers 2-esque, and I like that kind of thing. And yeah, it's a bit of a giggle at the same time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye for now.